The whole statement thing against the Cowboys, again, the Cowboys are talking like, oh, this is a huge game. This is a huge game. This is massive for us. I knew right then and there, oh, there's a mental hurdle they can't get over against the 49ers. And the Niners all week long, as Shanahan spoke after the game.
Crazy.
We just had a business-like approach. Hey, we know it's a big game. The media is hyping it up. It's on national TV. Tirico and Collinsworth's in the house. It's Sunday Night Football. The fireworks are going off. The theme music's blaring in the stadium. Let's just do what we do. And what they did was stay on course for Philadelphia. 5-0, right? They're 5-0.
Philly looks
time. Philly looks good.
You got to give your credit to them.
Niners start 5-0 for the first time since 2019. We know they started 8-0 there. That was the fifth time in franchise history the Niners have improved to 5-0. Fifth time in franchise history. How about this? They've won 15 consecutive regular season games dating back to Week 8 of 2022. That's the longest active streak in the NFL and ties the longest regular season winning streak in franchise history. They did this back in 89 to 90. This team is humming. And as far as the 30 points, Shasky, again, the game starts off. We went straight to the third quarter. Let's just go to the start.
Yeah.
For the fifth time this season, all 5 games, you scored on the opening drive.
And that play, that scramble play where he's rolling out, he steps up, rolls out right. And then a lot of guys either run or they throw that check down. He throws the lob pass. He had Kittle. He throws that lob pass Kittle, and I said, this guy just sees everything.
Well, he waited for Kittle to clear. He waited for him to clear the linebackers, clear the safety, and he's in the back of the end zone in the right corner there, wide open for a touchdown. So you scored 31 points on your opening drives this year. Think about that. 7 against Pittsburgh, 7 against the Rams, 3 against the Giants, 7 against the Cardinals, 7 last night. So hold on.
Yes.
You scored 31 points on 5 opening drives to start the season. Leading the NFL, you scored on the opening drive. Conversely, on the defensive side, you haven't allowed anything on the opening drive. So all of a sudden, first quarter goes by, first team gets their first licks, you're up 7-0, or you're up 3-0, and you're controlling the football game, and you're playing downhill instead of uphill.
No, it's a great point. The whole entire playbook opens up for you. This throw's not going to get a lot of love. I'm going to tell you right now, this throw's not going to get a lot of love. One of my favorite throws from last night, the little lob over the top to Ayuk on the first drive.
Yeah.
You know how many quarterbacks can't make that throw?
There's a lot.
How many robotic guys who could throw the ball 800 yards at, 120 miles per hour cannot make that simple throw where you're kind of rolling out and there's a defender there and you just got to kind of touch it up and throw it to your guy so he can get both feet down and move the sticks. It was just a little lob throw. First drive. It's the most, you're going to overlook that type of play.
Right.
The guy's got baseball, middle infielder type of throws all over the field and he gets it to the guys. How about the throw to Deebo Samuel on just a simple little slant? I mean, it's just so many things. Even the wheel route to Kittle. Now, when I watched it on television, it was different than watching it in the stadium. In the stadium, it looked like he had to lead him more. He was so wide open.
Yeah.
When I watched it on TV, it looked totally different. But he hits everyone in stride.
Well,
the guy's accuracy is unreal.
He talked about that play after the game. And he said, look, I just needed to get it to Kittle because I was about to get hit. Now, everybody was fascinated with the flea flicker. Well, how many times you practiced it? It was a great play. We saw Detroit run it earlier today against Carolina. It worked to perfection with their great tight end, Sam Laporta, who's a rookie out of Iowa. It was a matter of time before Kittle was involved.
Yeah.
The way I think about things is, boy, you're 4-0 and Kittle hasn't gotten involved yet. If you're 1-3, you're 2-2 and Kittle hasn't been involved, then we're back to 2021. Where's Kittle? Remember that? Where's Kittle? When is it going to be a Kittle game? You knew it was a matter of time before Kittle got involved, and he scored 3 touchdowns yesterday. So now Kittle is on the screen. So it's like, if you're a defense out there looking at tape, you're the Cleveland Browns next week. And Jim Schwartz is a very good D coordinator. They have very good personnel. But you're looking at the tape of this 49ers offense saying, boy, they bottled up McCaffrey. And he still dropped a 40 burger.
I mean, Bonte, they fumbled on the 2-yard line. They could have scored 47.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Is that absurd to say?
Honestly, they could have scored 40 in the Pittsburgh game. The Rams game, look, divisional game, you get to 30, great. But honestly, they're averaging over 30 points a game, and they're leaving food on the table.
How many interceptable balls yesterday? I mean, he threw a couple into traffic.
One. Yeah.
No, but he threw a couple into traffic. But only his guy was going to make a play.
No doubt.
Only his guy. And I got to give Hankins credit. I got to give their linebackers. They took away the short stuff. And there was a time they went 3 and out twice. And everybody said, oh, boy, here we go again. And you know what they did? Oh, well, if you're going to play short, we're going to go over the top.
Right.
And they did it over and over and over again.
Right.
Shanahan was in his bag. And then when you compliment Jordan Mason is legit.
Well,
He's a perfect combo
Eli
back.
Mitchell, when Ron Adams told us at Media Day last week for the Golden State Warriors that the door is open for Jonathan Kuminga to play a lot, and he looked good in that preseason game. JK looks like he's ready to make that leap. We'll talk Warriors later in the week, but JK looked good Saturday night.
I got a lot of Warriors thoughts.
Jordan Mason. Elijah Mitchell keeps getting hurt. And I'm thinking to myself, and I texted Thread yesterday, I said, flip Eli for a corner.
I'm with you.
Because Jordan Mason is built for January.
I agree.
He is a big-time bully. When you think about sealing the NFC West, the hat and T-shirt game last year in Seattle on Thursday Night Football, it was Jordan Mason closing the show.
And he's got speed.
But
he runs forward.
He runs forward, and he falls forward. So Eli Mitchell could be on the chopping block here, and they will flip a running back, no doubt about it. But we talk about the points scored, right? They dropped 42 yesterday, a 40-burger. When they could have dropped 50 on the Dallas Cowboys, which would have been sweet. But Cowboy fans were done by halftime. They knew it was over. Look, 30 points week 1 in Pittsburgh. 30 points week 2 in L.A., 30 points against the Giants on Thursday Night Football, 35 against Arizona last week, and you dropped 42. Niners have scored 30 or more in each of the first 5 games of a season for the first time in franchise history.
That's crazy.
First time in franchise history. This franchise. They've never done it before. Never scored 30 or more in the first 5 games of the season.
You were on this heading into the season. B, I was thinking about the Kittle game. The last time a tight end and we've had some good tight ends, especially in the last 30 years. Like Brent Jones on a lot of teams is maybe the team's, the franchise's best tight end of all time. Like Brent Jones was awesome. Vernon Davis was awesome. Eric Johnson, in between the two of them, was awesome. When was the last time a tight end caught 3 touchdowns for the Niners? I don't know. I'm curious.
Did Vernon do that? Vernon do it?
I don't know.
Time? I think Vernon did
Billy Kilmer back in the 70s do that? 60s? I can't remember the last time that happened.
I'm trying to look it up right now.
Vernon
Davis did it back in 2009 against Houston.
2009 against Houston. I don't remember that game.
Yeah, Vernon did. I remember
that game. Was that the game
Houston.
Alex Smith came in at halftime?
2009, that may have been the game. No, I thought they only scored 14 in that game.
Well, there was a game where he came in at halftime and relieved somebody of their duties.
Relieved Sean Hill.
And then they went to the spread.
It was Crabtree's first game as a 49er.
Okay.
But Vernon Davis,
2009,
he did it in 2009.
I don't remember that.
Because I remember when I went back home and watched
17 years.
When I went back home and watched it, and somebody actually brought this up in the stands too. Vernon Davis, he was there obviously as the honorary captain.
Get over how he looks so young.
No, he does look young, but they were talking about Vernon Davis talked to George Kittle. Maybe George Kittle brought it up. He's like, yeah, I saw Vernon before the game. He goes, yo, I scored 3 touchdowns in the game one time. I want to see you match that. So Kittle went out there. Yeah. Somebody brought that up in the post-game pressers.